Overwatch League play continued as the Houston Outlaws attempted to find their footing against the impressive San Francisco Shock. The Shock wanted to keep pace with the Vancouver Titans atop the Pacific Division, but would Houston stand in their way? Houston opened up on Nepal with a 3-3 Sombra flex, while the Shock showed the traditional GOATS composition. Houston took an early advantage thanks to an on a sleep dart from Shane Rockus Flaherty during a Graviton surge, leading to mass San Francisco casualties early on. The Shock couldn't get on the same page during the first round in Nepal, getting staggered and losing their main tank too early at the start of team fights. Houston took the first point easily 100-0, with Houston taking to a 3-3 and Austin Muma Wilma on Wrecking Ball, while the Shock showed the same but with Winston. San Francisco held the point early without using their ultimates. Matthew Super Delissi pushed things further by winning a late team fight purely with Winston and a well-timed Primal Rage.
Taken out by the Primal Rage, Super meanwhile jumping onto Linkser, just keeping everybody separated here.
The Shock took the point.
Low, Muma does go down, that's not a good start for the Outlaws. They're trying to focus Super, they finally get him, but they lose their Zarya in the process. Shock not going to be slowed down too much here. Are they going to keep pushing? The thing
Point even things up at 1-1 with both teams showing brilliance and a trophy. Houston decided that the Doomfist meta is here, switching to a Sombra Doomfist Ana composition that the team has shown in previous weeks. Muma's early aggression as Reinhardt didn't pay off though, being drawn off the point and killed by a gaggle of Shock players. The Outlaws' early strategy of hitting Hoibin Choi with a sleep dart to eliminate the threat of D.Va kept the Shock off balance, leading to multiple control shifts. A late self-destruct from the Shock led to taking the point back and sending Houston hurtling backward without their support. Dante Cruz proved to be an invaluable yet again on Sombra, landing a meaty EMP that hacked 5 Shock players and led to 2 full team kills. Houston took the point and won Nepal on a final score of 2-1.
Hits like 2 or 3, now the grab afterwards, Violet down, big charge from Muma, gets 3, and that will be the Outlaws taking Nepal and taking a lead in this series. And they come out.
Now on to Horizon Lunar Colony. Houston showed a plethora of DPS on attack with the Sombra, Widowmaker, Wrecking Ball, Pharah, Soldier, and Mercy composition. The Outlaws kept shuffling pieces as they were forced back by the Shock, swapping in Doomfist and Hanzo after an early failed push. Despite multiple aggressive attempts, the Shock were too ingrained on the point and repelled every strike from Houston. Despite showing something new, Houston's quirky attempts weren't enough to beat the Shock's trademark 3-3 Baptiste composition, leading to an easy defense for San Francisco. The Outlaws showed a bunker composition with Jake Lion on Junkrat to open their defense, having gotten 3 notches on their attack attempt. The DPS combination of Sombra, Widowmaker, and Junkrat forced the Shock to spend more time dodging attacks than just pushing forward. Things fell apart for Houston though once Dante's Sombra went down and the rest of the team followed. The Shock captured the point and took Horizon Lunar Colony 1-0, tying up the series at halftime 1-1. Houston substituted Dante for Cool Matt Lorio, signaling a move to a pure 3-3 composition on Eichenwald. San Francisco showed the exact same composition, a move in their favor as the Shock are the second best team when it comes to winning mirror matches. The first point rolled over quickly as Houston lost said mirror match, and the Shock pushed forward hard off a combination of ultimate attacks. Both teams stored massive amounts of ultimate attacks, but a number of bad breaks hurt the Outlaws. By the second objective, the Shock was ahead in elimination 17-1 over Houston. San Francisco's domination continued to the end of the map, and despite the close respawn point that gave the Outlaws an advantage, it was clear that the Shocks would not be stopped, allowing Jay Sinatra 1 to build insane amounts of ultimate charge and get off 2 Graviton surges in just 2 minutes. Sinatra had 8.7 Graviton surge kills per 10 minutes on this map. The Outlaws were disorganized and sloppy, with the Shock pummeling Houston, landing a team kill and taking the map 3-0. San Francisco Shock led the series 2-1 after a 3-0 victory on Eichenwald. Cool Matt went out and Dante came back in for Houston when they came out on Havana. The Outlaws moved to a GOATS composition with Sombra Flex, while the attacking Shock kept to a pure GOATS composition. An early Sombra EMP by Dante led to a quad kill and allowed the Outlaws to stagger their opponents. An ill-timed Zenyatta Transcendence from Rockus, though, enabled the Shock to follow up on the mistake and finally gain some progress on the payload. However, Dante reared his head yet against and landed a critical EMP on the Shock, pushing the point into overtime. Sinatra dropped early, allowing Houston to push the Shock off the point and hold San Francisco to 0 points. After 2 poor maps, it seemed the Outlaws were turning things around. Raucus then switched to the Ana with Dante staying on Sombra, which was good because the Shock still failed to have a defense against EMP. Dante landed yet another major EMP, hitting the supports and allowing Houston to move forward. Jerry Linkser Masalin popped off another set of key hacks, getting 3 eliminations as Zarya. Looking like a completely different team, Houston moved the payload, took the point, and won the map. With the series tied 2-2, Houston went into overtime for the second week in a row. Map 5. Houston is 5-13 on map 5 attempts. Houston jumped to a quick 93-0 lead on the back of multiple Pharah kills by Jake before the Shock cut up and turned the point. Super's Winston played aggressively, allowing San Francisco to find some space, but not before Jake landed a triple elimination barrage and helped the Outlaws secure the first point. Lighthouse began with Houston landing a massive EMP Earthshatter combo, with Muma cleaning up the point and the Outlaws taking an early lead. The Shock attempted to take the point off a Graviton Surge combo, but failed after a well-timed nano boost by Raucus onto Muma. Houston's supports fell shortly after, with San Francisco taking a lead back and Houston sitting at 86% capture. The Shock continued to have no